Hi, welcome to Fusion Beads. Today I'm going to show you how to make our universal Tree of Life bracelet. This multi-strand bracelet features the 22mm Tree of Life Czech glass coin bead in lime green silk with Picasso. It has an 8x6 top cut faceted drop Czech glass bead in the mint green silk with Picasso, and an 8x6 bottom cut faceted drop Czech glass bead in the lime green silk with bronze. For my 4mm fire polish beads, I have Opaque Pale Jade, Opaque Turquoise, Alabaster Pastel Lime, and then I've got a 6mm fire polish in the Honeydew Pacifica. For my metals, I'm using a 4mm antique brass beaded Heishi, and I paired it up with two 13mm antique brass floral rings. For my clasp, I just went with a basic 15mm antique brass lobster claw, and then I'm using just 2x2 crimp beads. For my stringing material, I'm using the soft flex beading wire to string out my bracelet. For my tools, I just need two today. I've got basic wire cutters and I've got crimping pliers. Okay, to get started, I'm going to go ahead and already cut a piece of 4-inch length of the beading wire, and I'm going to pick up my lobster claw and one crimp bead, string it through there, and go back through the crimp tube. So as you can see, both wires are going through there. You want to leave just a little bit of room so your lobster has a little bit of freedom there to move around. So to crimp, you want to use the back part of your crimp bead first. You'll crimp it one time, then you'll open it and you'll turn it, your crimp, and you'll use the front to make it into a nice cylinder. Go ahead and leaving that little bit of room there for the lobster, you go ahead and crimp it one time. It makes a nice little shape there, and then you go ahead and turn it and crimp it one more time. And I always do mine a third time just to get a nice shape. Just want to check it, make sure it's nice and secure. It is. So then I'm just going to go ahead and cut off that extra beading wire there. And you want to try to cut down as close as possible so you don't have like a little tail there. And so I'm going to string the first part of my bracelet, which consists of the 4mm opaque turquoise fire polish, a spacer bead, and then the Tree of Life coin. And this is where you can make sure you can have your orientation of your Tree of Life how you would like it. So you could have it facing this way, or you could go the other way and have it go that direction. It's kind of up to your own aesthetic and how you like it. I like mine to go this way, and then I just repeated the pattern of a spacer and then the 4mm opaque turquoise. So the little small section's already done, so then I'm going to pick up one of the floral rings and another crimp bead. And then I'm going to string it on here. And as you can see on these floral rings, they're not perfectly shaped all the way around. So you want to make sure that you leave enough room so that the ring can spin around a little bit if needs to. You don't want it to be so tight that it bunches up and when you're trying to wear your bracelet. So you go back through your crimp bead. Whoops. Try not to lose it there in your ring. Back through the crimp bead. And then bring it down. Again, you want to leave a little bit of room, like I said, so it can move around in there. Using your crimping pliers, again, use the back part first. Go ahead and crimp it once. And then turn it and crimp it one more time in the front, and then a third time. And you really want to make sure you make a nice cylinder shape, especially because we're not going to be putting crimp covers on these beads, so you're going to see the crimp beads themselves. So there, your first part of your bracelet is done, and I'm going to start on the second part. Okay, as you can see, for starting my second part of my bracelet, I already cut a 7-inch piece of the beading wire, and I went ahead and crimped it onto my ring. So I'm going to go ahead and string up my first strand. And so I'm going to start with a drop bead, the bottom first, and then I'm doing the opaque jade, doing a spacer, a lime fire polish, another drop bead the other direction, then another spacer. There is a pattern to this, but it is kind of random a little bit on some of the fire polish choices, so feel free to change this up to a pattern that you would like better, or this is also a great way to use up extra beads that you might have at home in your stash. So another drop bead, and then I did the opaque turquoise, another spacer bead, lime, another drop bead. So as you can see, it is a pattern, but it's like you can alternate the beads or colors however you like. I'm going to go ahead and continue stringing this up, and we'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I went ahead and finished my strand here. So I'm going to go ahead and crimp on my other little ring here. And this is actually going to be part of my closure because this is what my lobster is going to attach to, instead of just a traditional jump ring. So grab my crimp bead, grab the ring, thread that through, and then go back through your crimp bead, and then pull that down. Again, just make sure you leave a little bit of room because the rings are kind of organic there, so that it can slide around easily and doesn't get caught on anything. Again, use the back part of your crimping pliers. Crimp the first time, then turn it and use the front part and crimp one more time, and then I always do it a third time. Make sure it's nice and secure, and then go ahead and cut your extra tail there with your cutters. And so I've got my first part of my bracelet done. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2 strands, and I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I went ahead and I strung up my last 2 strands. So for my 3-strand bracelet here, each strand is a different pattern. This is a great time for you to use up extra beads or try a different color palette, or you could have it be a much more uniform pattern and every strand be the same, or they could just be totally random and have no order at all. It's really your own personal desire what you like in your pieces. And for your clasp, you just go ahead and open up your lobster, and it attaches to the little ring here, if I can get my fingers to work. And then you have this cute little universal tree of life bracelet. You can find the products and tools for this inspiration design at fusionbeads.com.